People say visualize, 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 but how does one actually visualize? How can one see and manipulate images inside one's mind, inside one's brain? In NLP, neuro-linguistic programming, there are several techniques on how to change images so that you feel it more, you can see it more clearly. These are 4 steps how you can manipulate the images inside your mind. First, you can change the color. If you want to decrease intensity, then make it black and white and just make it as boring as possible. There's also a trick for phone addiction, for example. One of the tricks, a simple one, is to change your screen to black and white. And this has shown in studies that people are less addicted to the phones because it looks so boring. If you want to make something boring or less attractive to you, let's say fear. You fear someone's look in the audience while you're giving a speech, make it black and white. Try to take the color out as much as possible. On the other hand, you can increase intensity, give it as much color as you like, and really saturate it. Candy Crush, there's so many strong colors that it really gets you in. The color is very bright, vibrant, very exciting. Distance, you can change something. If I talk like this is really intense, and if I do this, then obviously it's less intense. And now I'm only doing with the subject in this image, but imagine this very image goes really far and now really close zoomed in. What a difference that makes. And you can do this with the images inside your mind as well. Size, similar, you can now decrease the image size or really expand it. This also makes a huge difference to your mind. And lastly, you can change the movement. It's a still picture, not so exciting. In Harry Potter also they have the moving images, that already makes it more exciting. Now imagine you add a lot of movement, how much more dynamic that will be. Now you can combine all of these. If let's say you want to make something less intense for yourself, make it black and white, make it very small and move it really far from you and make it a still photo, nothing's happening. This is not dynamic at all. So imagine you're scared of, let's say, a tiger. You take out all the color of that image, you make it very, very small, you move it way to the back and you make it a still photo. And now let's say you really want to feel something, make it very intense, very dynamic. You do the complete opposite. You really saturate the image with vibrant colors, really increase the colors in this picture. Make it also moving. You make it as big as possible, as close as possible, and make it moving, very dynamic, very vibrant. And this will make it feel very, very different to yourself, to your mind, to your body. This is very individual. For every person, something will be more stronger, have a bigger effect than the other thing. Some things I'm not really good at visualizing, but when it comes to scenes from my favorite movies or series, let's say The Office, I remember those scenes exactly because I've seen that so many times and I often see it in the screen, on the TV or on my laptop. Everything is very, very individual. Just see for yourself what works and try to capitalize on what works best for you. And if you feel like, I don't know, I can't actually see anything, I can't really visualize, don't worry. This actually happens to many more people than you think. I usually don't see everything very clearly. Very often it's very hazy. It's usually kind of very dark, very black. And I just see kind of the outlines. And you wouldn't be the only ones doing this. Tiger Woods, one of the best golfers of all time, he's known to visualize every single shot. When he was already a kid, he started visualizing, and he says visualization is one of the most important things for his success. Even Tiger Woods admitted, everyone had always told me to visualize shots, but I could never see the ball. We worked on a way to look at the target and pull it back into my hands and body and let my subconscious react. That's what works best for me. So even for Tiger Woods, who's been visualizing for years, he doesn't even see things super clearly. Don't worry about it. The more important thing is that you actually rehearse it. So I think instead of visualization, mental rehearsal is actually also a very fitting term. When you see it, try to also add as many senses as possible. You hear, you taste, you can smell, because then for your nervous system, it will feel like it's really happening. Our nervous system cannot distinguish between a real and an imagined experience. Even more so, the more senses you add. So try to bring in all the noise, whatever you hear, try to feel it, try to taste it, try to smell, and it will feel as real as possible. Even if you see something hazy, rehearsing it this way and seeing it as hazy as possible, it doesn't matter. If you rehearse it, that already helps a lot for your upcoming performance. Visualization or mental rehearsal is like any other skill. I see it's similar to drawing. At first you draw really badly, and then the more you practice, the more clearer and the more detailed your drawings become. Similar to visualization or rehearsal. Just start out small, Just do it as easy as possible, and it will get more defined, more clear the more you go. And as I said, Tiger Woods, even he doesn't see it too clear every single time. So don't worry, just try to rehearse it regardless and improve that skill. Now, I said I don't see things clearly every single time. That's unfortunately not possible for me, but I did have moments when I did see super clearly. At a certain time of the day, I noticed for myself, when I visualize after certain exercises or at a certain time of day, I just see things so clearly, sometimes so vivid, that it feels super real. If this is something you want to do and see things completely clearly in front of you, check out this video.